My parents split when I was 2, and my father was largely absent for the majority of my life. When I was younger, I watched him physically abuse my stepmom. He has used honor your father and mother to try to manipulate me into a relationship, but I've tried to set the boundary. What's your advice? That is such a heavy one. And unfortunately, you do see that type of thing. If someone is comfortable being abusive in one form, they're often comfortable being abusive in more than one form. So it sounds like there's definitely some emotional abuse going on there as well. I would say, I want to open it up for you first. Go ahead, Don.
If you have thoughts, you can go ahead. I mean, I can always go, but I'm glad to hear from you.
I think, honestly, one of the most, first of all, you don't ever have to give honor to dishonorable behavior. So there's nothing honorable about physically abusing someone. So you don't owe honor there. Now, you can still give someone honor as a human being, right? But he didn't honor his role as a father and as a husband, and so there isn't something there, like a standard to be upheld.
Well, an abusive father doesn't get to define what honor is.
That's right.
So like if he's saying honor me by doing X, Y, and Z.
That's right.
Okay, that he doesn't have that right.
Yeah, that's not honorable. That's manipulative, and it's not right.
Yeah, he may not be the person equipped to define what honor is.
Yes, and
so you might have to define that for yourself.
yes, and so that's actually what I was going to say. Is I think sometimes the most honorable thing that you can do is to not repeat cycles. That is the most honorable and beautiful thing you can do, is choose to, let things end with you and start a new life.
That's really good. I would say my heart goes out to this person. I hope they're listening. I'm sorry for what you've walked through, and I hope that you can find in your heart hope and trust in God, and to lean into the body of Christ and to persevere in your healing, because it will happen. It will happen if you'll walk it out. I think this is a version of many stories I've seen where someone introduces chaos into a family. They introduce dysfunction, and then nobody asked for it, but now everybody's being asked to deal with it.
That's right.
And to try to sort it out. And that's where this is a young man. Right? They didn't say, did they? I don't want to assume that.
No.
They're being asked to try to sort this out and figure this out. And so I think what's really difficult, and you have to kind of embrace the tension, is that even when you make the right decision in these type of situations, it still doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Because you've got this person who has introduced dysfunction and unhealth, and so they're going to make it's like sickness. It's like when you're sorry for the this is a little crude, but like
Sure.
when you have a virus and you're puking, okay, it feels awful, but you're getting this thing out of your system.
Right.
So it's a sickness, right? It's a virus. So, this person is introduced abuse, manipulation. And so when you put up a boundary or you define honor for yourself, that person is not going to go, wow, great job, son. Great job, daughter. They're actually going to be threatened by your health.
Right. That's a great way to say it.
And then they'll let the fury rain down.
Yeah.
So they're going to probably try to make your life miserable. What you have to do is have the presence of mind, the strength of character, and the support, find some support to be able to define in your own mind and heart what honor is and what's the right thing to do, and then do that regardless of how they respond and react. So you have to be clear in your own head, because they may try to carpet bomb you. They may try to manipulate you and confuse you. So you got to be clear in your own head and not allow that confusion to divert you into some other path, right?
Yeah.
So I think what you said is really good. Ultimately, we talked about it Sunday around, when Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. And he said, come follow me, right? And he's talking about to a guy who ultimately it's time for him to move beyond even, his father who had passed away. And it's not dishonoring. He's not encouraging him to dishonor his father. He's saying, ultimately, you're going to have to be your own man. You're going to have to make your own decisions, be your own person. And in so doing, you may do things that the bones don't like,
Right.
that the bones would have never done.
Yep.
And when you look at that text, Jesus is actually about to take him to the Decapolis. He's about to take him across the Sea of Galilee to a place probably his father would have never gone. And so he's going, like, ultimately, you can go back to those bones or you can move forward. Now, if the bones aren't actual bones, it's a human being, but they represent something you need to leave behind.
Right.
Often those bones will try to taunt you. Those bones will try to manipulate you. Those bones will try to confuse you. And you have to have the presence of mind to go, no, I'm going this way now.
Yeah.
So I think you said it well. I think you go, I honor you by not following your example.
That's right.
I honor you by learning from you and then following Jesus.
Right.
I can honor you by learning from you, even if it was a bad example,
Yes.
and then following Jesus. Now, they may cry and scream and point fingers and get angry and shake their fist and say, you dishonorable blank, blankety blank. And you go, I understand you see it that way.
Right.
And I understand you trying to confuse me. I'm clear, though, in my head. I understand what it means to honor you, and you don't get to determine and define what is honorable. I'm gonna have to do that for myself. And every person, ultimately, in becoming your own person, you have to make those decisions. So my encouragement would be step back, get some good counsel, take some time to pray, decompress emotionally, and get clear in your head what it means to honor father and mother, and then live that way.
That's so good. I mean, that's it right there.